ever get that feeling that you've been here before? And I'm not talking about deja vu. I'm talking about reincarnation. Millions believe in it as a matter of faith. But could there be photographic proof it's real?
On the silver screen, actor Alec Baldwin has played dozens of characters. But some people think his greatest role wasn't an acting job, but instead as the 13th President of the United States, Millard Fillmore. Look closely. Those eyes, the nose, the mouth, and there's more. The internet has been buzzing with photos of celebrities and their uncanny counterparts. Not only Alec Baldwin, actors like Matthew McConaughey as this 1800s doctor, Orlando Bloom as a 19th century composer, and Johnny Depp as this early 20th century choir director. What if these aren't merely striking resemblances, but actual evidence of past lives? For Barbara Carlin, the idea of reincarnation isn't a theory.
I was about 2.5 years old, and my mother was calling my name. And then I said, yes, but my name is not Barbara. My name is Anne Frank.
Born in 1954, Barbara was a young writer like Anne Frank and published her first book of poetry at age 12. And Barbara insists she has vivid memories of her past life as the famed Dutch diarist.
I woke up almost every night screaming and crying and reliving what happened to me in my past life. It's like two worlds. I live in two worlds at the same time.
To her family, that seemed implausible, until they visited Anne Frank's home in Amsterdam.
I said, I know exactly where we are, and I led the way, and sure enough, there it was.
Barbara told a tour guide there were pictures missing from the walls.
And she said, Barbara, you are absolutely right. They had taken down those pictures to put them in frames, but they were there, and Anne Frank did put up those pictures. How could you know this?
Barbara was just one of many. Researchers at the University of Virginia corroborated 1,500 cases of past life memories. Could Baldwin, Depp, and McConaughey be other such cases?
Now, these celebrity lookalikes are certainly striking, but are they really images of the same person? Let's put these photos to the test.
Wonton Tad is the co-founder and CEO of Clearview AI, a widely used facial recognition technology.
The technology has really caught up. And so with the Clearview AI algorithm, if you've lost some weight and your face is thinner, if you grow out a long beard, we can still recognize you.
We gave Juan the photo of Alec Baldwin to see if it's a match with Millard Fillmore. In our first test, anything below a 0.8 on the scale is a match. Incredibly, the first test for Alec Baldwin came back just within range for the match category, a 0.78. Could it be possible? Not only are their faces similar, but Alec Baldwin's passion for politics is well known. It was once even rumored that he wanted to run for Senate. Clearview repeated the test, this time using 1.0 as the threshold, and once again, the results were astonishing.
Distance score is 1.04, barely above the threshold for a match. So we're very, very close to the line there, and that's kind of incredible.
The number was so shocking that a professional facial examiner was brought in to compare the photos. Juan explains that analysis.
When you look here, the first one is the lower lobe exterior shapes are quite different. And the other inconsistency was between the lips. And you can see that the photo A has a rounded upper lip, and photo B, which is Alec Baldwin, has a thinner upper lip.
So the photos are close, but not a perfect match. Neither was McConaughey, and we're still waiting to hear about Bloom and Depp. But the question remains, is reincarnation real? Barbara Carlin's answer is yes, a hopeful yes.
I have had these memories, and I have gone through this to be able to tell that there is always goodness and light at the end of the tunnel.
So is there truth to any of this? Well, I can't say. But there is definitely something very compelling about Barbara Carlin's story. But when it comes to Alec Baldwin and Millard Fillmore, our verdict, not a match.